Knockout Legends in the building. Like, comment, and subscribe. So today we're going to look at Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford and look at what attributes and what strengths they have and what may necessarily be the keys to victory for each particular fighters going into this fight. So I'm going to play a series of clips and then I'm going to get into it and then compare what strengths each fighter has and what will possibly work for the keys to victory for either the knockout or stoppage. So with no further ado.
There's a nice uppercut slipped in by Spence and another one, the left hand. Comes right back and Garcia's down.
3, 4, 5, how you doing?
Up but wobbly.
7, 8, come here. Better show me something, this fight's over. Box.
I don't think he understood it because he speaks Spanish, but I'm sure he gets the idea. Spence trying to close the deal here.
Legs are bad, Pat Ross is going to jump in.
That's it, all over. Well stopped.
Andrews wanting to crowd Spence. Crowd spins away, works the body with the left hand, goes upstairs with the right and a left. And referee Thomas Taylor has seen enough. A deluge of leather thrown by Errol Spence Jr. And just like he did in his debut, he records another third round stoppage win here.
What makes what he did so impressive, I think,
that you see as a difference. Yep, and when you combine the hand speed with timing, like Spence is doing, Spence is timing it with counter shots, stepping back and meeting it with punches. So you combine that kind of hand speed that Spence has, mixing timing with it, it really becomes difficult to deal with. A good left uppercut puts Hoskins on one knee.
About to say before he took away the privilege, every mistake you make when you step up,
come to me,
you pay it, and pays the price of that by taking 3 big shots to the body. That one.
Now Hoskins is hard. He kept trying to come forward. The problem was he came forward and kept running into punches.
If you take the gamble and don't tie up your opponent like he decided not to.
Y lo está castigando de una manera abrumadora. Y ahí se fue al suelo, claro, está en frío, pone rodilla en lona. Y me parece que mete la derecha arriba, como diciendo acá estoy yo, no me voy a rendir así nomás. Pero hay mucha diferencia de potencia, vuelve a ir al suelo el boxeador mexicano.
Cordova trying to figure out a way to keep Spence off. There's that left hook to the body. That's what we were talking about, that body attack. And that one really hurt. You can see the grimace on Cordova's face. The count is 7.
He can't recover.
9, he's not going to make it. 10 and out. Knockout. First round, Errol Spence Jr. with a terrific body punch.
And that is his right hand.
Kind of gives you the idea how fear comes in for guys when they realize they're
hard
body
body shot.
And down he goes from.
Tavera is trying to protect his body. He's still hurt to the body.
And he leaves himself wide open up top.
And that's a good stoppage.
That was a pretty good shot right there. And now it's got Alous going backward. Now Alous is in trouble. And an uppercut forces him to hold on, and he takes a knee. And now let's see if they'll call that a knockdown. I think Rafael Ramos is, and rightly so.
That's the thing. When you can punch like Spence, you don't need to land too many combinations. Sometimes the one solid shot will do it, and you can get your guy.
4 shots to the head, and the back solution to a corner again. And there was a great left hand, and it put Alous right on his back, and Rafael Ramos going to wave it off. It is over. I'll tell you what, that was an impressive performance.
Impressive, and Alusha's game. Alusha's game, and he gave it his all, and he forced Spence to think, and Spence thought his way through it and got the KO, which makes it all the more impressive.
Opening round, scheduled for 10. Nice left hand, knocks down Charles. It's a body shot. I don't know if Charles, he doesn't seem inclined to get up. It was a nice body shot, but it wasn't that difficult. Looks like it might have stung, but he is 34 years old. Spence moves away. Spence has him on the ropes. 10 seconds, and that's it. Referee steps in. It is over. Errol Spence Jr. 7th time he's knocked out his opponent in the first round. I'm not too sure Charles is very...
12 of his 15 wins. Vargas, 20 wins.
Taking his time, jabbing. And the right hand, and the left, and the right hand.
And there it is. Vargas goes to the canvas. Knocked down for Spence 7 here in round 2. And a good shot to the body. Vargas is a man hanging on right now, Ray Leonard.
Well,
what's the biggest thing you would tell Spence right? Unanimous decision. But he has been knocked down in this last round we saw. And Spence trying to finish it off here. Going nice to the body.
You know, as Spence comes down off his toes, that's power. It's all.
Derek James has taught him well.
Very well. Body shot will be the culprit here.
You were talking about that. Now he goes up top, and the referee moves in and stops it. That is it. Earl the Truth Spence Jr. finishes off Sam Vargas. He worked the body, then goes up top.
You know, if you're in the corner of Phil LoGreco, you got to be happy with how that first round went. He landed some good shots, but
and here the word from Spence's corner to double up on those blows, which he's been doing. As we talked about earlier, back in May of 2013, losing that 10.
Really, you know, making us believers tonight with those body shots.
On balance, good leverage, great shots in the midsection.
Oh, a right hand. Get off the play.
This is out of
looking wide. He's telling the official Robert Bird.
Hey, you gotta show me something, you understand?
Headshots all inside.
And again, Spence to the head. Remaining 2 minutes to go.
This is what we talked about yesterday. Everybody said, who is Spence fought? You know, who is he beat? And as he moves up in opposition, you're going to see.
Coming up on a minute to go in this third round. It's all Spence and it's all over.
Come on. And I think it's a great stoppage there, Marv. LoGreco is in a lot of trouble against the ropes.
2 southpaws, Antonio.
This game.
Nice. Solid. Wow.
To him for getting this far.
Errol Spence looks very comfortable now and is just
solid jab. Now he can land some power shots like that.
Left hand. Okay, Van Heerden wants to wiggle out of it. The 30-2 former multiple world champ. This has been asked about it before, and he won't deny it. He just says that's what they say.
It truly hurt Errol Spence.
Oh, and
a whole lot behind any one punch. His gas looks good. He's fighting at an even pace, even though he's unloading on 10%.
Wow.
You can barely see anything on that thing. That uppercut has been vicious all night long. Love it.
Wow. Oh, and down he goes for the first time in his career. Chris Van Heerden knocked down.
It's not going to take much. And again, that body.
Oh, and that's a low blow, I believe. No, he's calling it a knockdown. Alan Hudgens stuck. Oh. Spence felt something there as they, after the break for the mouthpiece, he wanted every bit of it. But now he can only lay up against the ropes. This seems like it could be a matter of time. And you know what? That's enough. Alan Hudgens stops the fight in round number 8. Errol Spence Jr. They say the next Floyd Mayweather. That was an impressive performance.
You and I, champ.
Good body shot. Not able to find Errol too much in this first round. Nice left hand by Algieri. Hard left hand there, and that hurt him.
And a nice uppercut by Spence. Spence going to work against the ropes.
He really turns his body.
And Spence continues to do work against the ropes. Algieri trying to hold on here. And Spence again. Nice right. And a good left.
Make a statement tonight.
Spence again with some nice shots here late.
Beautiful body shots.
Spence doing some work to that body and work along the ropes. In all 3 rounds, Eric Raskin unofficially scoring it for Spence and going down Algieri.
6, 7, 8, okay? All right.
Remember, though, the Pacquiao fight, 6 times he went down, 6 times he got up to that Jerry. Now Jerry against the ropes. Spence digging into the body lead here at home. He has fought outside of the state of New York only 1 time. That last round, and he goes down again. Spence does it again.
Went down. He's not going to be able to take too much more of this.
And Spence trying to finish it here. He has a wounded prey, and he knows it. And Spence puts him back down, and that's it. That is it. Errol Spence Jr.
Spence hasn't been in any imminent danger. And an uppercut, and down goes Bundu. Was that a push? That is not a knockdown. Johnny Callis is saying that was not a knockdown. He is a wounded animal, and he has got to be careful to Spence. But now Spence going to work, and he drops Bundu, and this one could be over. Oh my goodness! Bundu is done, and this one is...
Spence Jr. is the one who's had much more success in the last few minutes. Oh, Kelbrook's hurt here, and he's down in the 10th round, and it's so early. And it was an accumulation, and that eye is terrible as well for Kelbrook. During his vision, making him feel uncomfortable, and here comes Spencer after that minute rest. Yeah, the confidence back. Good shot there from Spencer. Brook looking troubled here on the ropes. Holding on again. Kelbrook. Golovkin the eye against Errol Spence, but he's gone down on one knee. He can hardly see out of...
So from that video there, that clip there, we can see that Errol Spence, once he has you cornered, he's relentless. His main attribute that takes out a lot of his opponents when he corners his opponent and he's fighting up close is a left hook to the body. It's a very dangerous weapon, and that coupled up with the left uppercut to the head if it's short range, if the person's ducking down and trying to block and cover up. So when he blinds with the jab, he follows up with a left hook to the body, and then he can follow it up with a left uppercut. So that is actually a dangerous weapon to imply in his arsenal. Also, he's proficient with the right hook, and he's also proficient throwing a jab and a right hook to the body, and then a left hook to the body, like a kind of combination of a 1, I think it's 4, no 1 6, no 1 5 6, I think it is in boxing terms. Anyway, he has power in both hands. He also has power in his lead hand, because the lead hook up close, it's like a clubbing hook, so it has a lot of clubbing power. He can also take you out with that. So if he has the chance to press the fight early, and he can get Crawford in the corner or against the ropes, and he doesn't have any room to dance out, he has the chance to potentially bombard the body and take the wheels out of the air out of the tires of Crawford, and possibly, if he can land that uppercut, a short uppercut to the chin, he could possibly knock him out. But his overall key strengths with Spence is his relentlessness. So his relentlessness, untiring, unyielding pressure, and also the relentless hooks to the body with the blinding jab are a fearsome weapon. So if he can pressure Crawford and manage to slow him down, and then get him into a corner or against the ropes and bash him with those shots, potentially could knock him out or stop him. So when we're going to look at some clip from Crawford, and then we're going to chop it up right back after that. So with no further ado,
Crawford's taking it up the gears. Nice.
Oh, what a right hand from Terrence Crawford! Flat on his back, he knocked him out!
Up to it, he was landing a lot of the uppercuts over the course of the night. He was even doubling and tripling on them, guys.
Oh, great body shot.
chances in the meantime.
And that's the only chance that he... Well, I think this was the game plan. Good body shot.
Ward versus Chad Dawson. Fighter of the year. And clearly this is a mismatch. Is there out of the corner?
And that's the problem. Right when it seems like he's done, he lands a big shot. Oh, good body shot. He won't stand many more of those, though.
Crowd is in a frenzy.
Counter with the hook, which makes it much more dangerous.
Hard right hand by Crawford.
Paul, he throws a 1-2, and Darius tries to counter the left hand, which is a straight left this time, and allows you to get caught with the right hook because you got to get closer to counter the straight left than you would have had to get to counter the left Crawford.
Yeah, this is not bad, John. It's really good.
And has continued in the southpaw stance as Terrence Crawford, and it's that ability of Crawford to sort of trying to put on a show and make a play. That punch momentarily buckled John's knee. One punch, he's down off the head. John looking for a way out of the corner, can't find it, getting hammered by Crawford. Hard left hand, right hook, another left cross.
Weeks is looking for an excuse to step in here.
Yeah, he is. Here right there will get him countered if he's not careful.
Yeah, and he's getting...
Caught with a right hook, caught with a left hand, and Tony Weeks is going to stop it.
Terrence Crawford in terms of punches landed. And that might be the only one that matters so far.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to tell you.
All that boxing studying through the first 5 has paid off big here in 6 for Terrence Crawford. He's measuring and tattooing Delorme in the corner. Crawford, just with surgical precision, drops Delorme again. Flashing good power for Terrence Crawford against the big guy for the 140-pound division. Look at the accuracy here, Roy. The way he's setting him up, the way Terrence Crawford is setting Delorme up for these surgical strikes.
And he's smart. He's beating the head and the body muscles. He's not just head hunting. This is what you want to see in a good champion. He's not just for pound fighters. They know how to make changes and make things happen.
Diaz caught him with an overhand left.
And he caught. Oh, good
right hand. Right up the middle from Crawford.
Oh, good.
I would say for people to, good left hand from Crawford, but it's a nice thing to do. And
54-pound fighters
is that he figures out how to exploit big ones, and he does it.
If he was 140 or 145,
in weight class, he's now humiliating Diaz.
Felix Diaz has landed only 4 punches in this round. It was pointless to send him back out here. Further shorten his career.
Oh, good shot by Crawford.
Yeah. As they stand at ringside, and now Joel Diaz waving the white towel, and we're done.
They're trading some really good body shots, too.
Fight is really picking up tempo as they trade body shots, as Roy points out. And Crawford is trying to take the initiative and lands a straight right hand and a left hook that wobbled Sanabria momentarily.
As we saw in the Prescott fight, Crawford may be a boxer, but he's got a
mean knockout.
Good
body shots there.
He said he wouldn't be gunning for a knockout tonight, but could have fooled me. Looks like he's gunning for 16 right here.
And Sanabria is 51 of 219. Respectable. And Lawrence Cole is going to stop the fight.
A couple of 3 inches in reach in that height advantage. He's tagging him in there.
From that footage there, we can see that Crawford is proficient with both hands. Depending on which stance he uses, which he's going to utilise to fight the fighter, he will employ different tactics. When he's fighting up close, he will employ, from the southpaw stance, he will employ left hooks, left uppercuts to the body and left hooks. And he won't always actually throw a jab. Sometimes he will feint and then throw them, and then what he will do is double up with a double straight left, which is a bit unpredictable, because unless he switches stance and then throws the left jab out, the opponent won't actually expect it. Also, another thing he does from the orthodox stance is he will throw a lead left hook, but a double lead left hook, and then he will throw a right on that to attack his opponent. Once they're hurt, then he either goes with right hooks to the body, and then right hooks to the head, and then switches it up again with a lead left to the head, and then a lead left, and then a lead left to the body as well. So he's very unpredictable in what he does. It depends on the opponent and how they're actually going to fight, but that's some of the tactics that he employs when he's fighting, whichever stance he's fighting in. That's what I've actually noted. Also, if he has you cornered, he will do what Spence does, and he will attack the body with hooks, sometimes 1 or 2 from either side, and then he'll go head hunting. But he uses a lot of power, but like not winging, but sort of like a loose kind of hook to the head. But he's effective, sort of like how Deontay Wilder is, but not as wild or scrappy. He's more controlled, but he does have like a little bit of winging in his shots. I wouldn't say the telegraph, but he winds up the power in them, and he does hit hard, considering he's knocked out his last 10 opponents. So it is actually going to be interesting what he employs against Spence, because we do know that Crawford does take his time to actually figure out his opponents when he's fighting them, and then once he's comfortable, he employs whatever tactics he thinks will beat the person, depending on which stance he uses as well. So he'll switch. I think he will come out right and then see how Spence deals with the right hand orthodox stance, and then if he has no success, I think he'll switch to left, and that may confuse Spence, because then it will be a battle of the jabs. And I actually think Crawford's jab will actually win, because he's got a longer reach and he's got better foot movement, so he'll be pouring it out, trying to get Spence's jab out of the way, and then if he gets a chance to where he can move it out of the way, then he'll counter with a left over the top. But he may even be cheeky and then move it out of the way and then bang him with a lead hook, because that's another tactic he does. So it's going to be interesting what he employs. But the thing is if Spence can close the ground and he shells up and covers up, and Crawford can't break his shell, then it's going to be a battle of body shots. So it's going to be a case of who's got the harder body shots and who's going to take advantage of the body shots and pot shot into the body when there's a chance. Now, from the footage I've been watching, I can say out of the two, from a distance, Crawford is better hitting the body from a distance, but like mid-range to inside, Spence is a lot more proficient with the body shots, and he's good at mixing them up. So if it's an inside fight, Spence may have the advantage, because it's just something that he naturally does. But Crawford will only fight on the inside when he has an advantage or when Spence is hurt, so he'll be moving. So Spence will have to utilise a lot of energy to track him and wear him down, and he does look a bit cumbersome, because like in the Sean Porter fight, he did struggle with Sean Porter's movement and speed and aggression. So I'm not saying Crawford's the same as Porter and got the athleticism, but he's got that long rangey athleticism and speed and timing. And another thing that Crawford likes to do is he will stay within range and let you have a shot at him, and he'll time you. So he may actually take a jab to actually time you with a left to actually cause damage. So and then he will try and pull his head back and ride the shot. So there is that aspect as well of what he can do. So it would be actually pretty sneaky if he did do that. And I remember on the Portaway podcast, Sean Porter was saying that he did a simple, I think it was a jab, pull back, and then a jab again, and Spence fell for it easy, and then you could see he was frustrated. So if a simple tactic like that Sean Porter can employ confounds Errol Spence, what other sneaky tricks is Crawford going to do that's going to confound him? So it's going to be a case of a battle of who imposes their fighting style on the other fighter and whose tactics will work on the night. So is Errol Spence's bullying, pressure, relentless pressure to the body, and then going to the head and then blinding the opponent going to be effective? Or is Crawford's ranging and range out, raiding attacks where he hits the body, then may actually go for the head, then sneaking with sneaky hooks, and then time you with jabs, and then time you with straight lefts? Is that going to be the key component for Crawford to win the fight? And like I said, personally, my money is going to be with Crawford because he's just got more tools in his toolbox than Spence. Don't get me wrong, Spence has got his strength, got the youth, got the speed, got the power, and got experience as well. But I think at this point, this is Errol Spence. I mean, this is Terence Crawford's basically, I say, legacy-defining fight. So if he wins this and makes a statement doing this, he shuts up all the Errol Spence fans. He cements his name in the Hall of Fame of boxing, and also he basically makes all the sports writers and everybody acknowledge that he is the best of his generation for that weight category and for the weight categories below, because obviously he would become the first male to be undisputed into weight divisions. So anyway, who do you think has the best tools to win this fight, and who has the best attributes and skill to go the distance for the knockout or to stop the other man? Leave your comments in the comment section, like, comment and subscribe, and that is another one from Knockout Legends. Peace.